it's very easy to make money sports betting, but the easiest money that I've ever made was my first $1,000. And here's why. So I was at this event the other day watching the finals with a couple of my buddies and my friends, and one of them, before the game starts, he comes up to me and goes,
"Hey, look, I just downloaded Prize Picks. Check this out." And
I see he only deposited $20. And he was basically asking me for my bets, for my locks that night, whatever. And before I gave any to him, I was asking him, I said, "Hey, why did you only deposit $20? And he goes, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fair. But did you know that Prize Picks matches your deposit up to $100? He goes, "What does that mean?" I basically explained to him that if you deposit $100, Prize Picks is going to match your deposit and give you a free $100 to play with. So if you deposit $50, you'll get $50 in profit, or not profit, I'm sorry, promotion funds. $75, you'll get $75. But since he only deposited $20, Prize Picks only matches deposit to $20. You know, 97% of sports bettors are unprofitable, and I'm talking literally haven't seen $1 in profit. The big reason for that many people being unprofitable is because they don't know how to start their bankroll, to start these profitable sports betting strategies, right? Like, even if you know what arbitrage is, even if you know what positive EV is, it's very hard to implement and actually see a lot of results from it if you don't have bankroll, right? If you have like $50 to your name. So being able to take advantage of certain things like promotion funds to grow and start your bankroll is very easy. Probably the laziest way that you could possibly make your first $1,000 sports betting. And what most people do is they overlook most of these deposit bonuses, these different promotions that sportsbooks offer, and they just, either don't use it or they play it completely wrong. Here are some examples of how sportsbooks will show you these different types of bonuses, right? For example, Prize Picks, you have the match deposit, so you basically deposit $100, get $100 back. Similarly, with all of the other fantasy apps, they have deposit bonuses. Now, sportsbooks, there are countless sports books out there that offer so many different deposit bonuses, so many different, promotions, right? For example, this BetMGM one is bet $10 and you'll get a $150 bonus bet. What does a bonus bet mean? It's not, getting $1,500 in free cash that you can just withdraw to your bank, but they're giving you a bet that's worth $1,500 in credit. So it's not your money, it's fake money, but if you win the bet, you'll be able to take home the profit. Similarly, on all these other apps like DraftKings, FanDuel, you'll see all of these other promotions for either deposit bonuses or bonus bets. Those are very common bets that sportsbooks give to new users. What sportsbooks do is they're all competing for your business, right? They are, that's why every sportsbook is different. They all set their own odds independently. And what these guys will do to try and attract your business is to, hey, I'll give you $2,000 if you just bet $10, right? If you deposit $5, I'll give you a $500 or a $100 bonus bet. These big numbers usually tend to lure very new customers or very new sports bettors into that platform, right? They'll see that deposit bonus and they'll say, "Oh, I'll sign up, right? I'll use a deposit, whatever, it's a free bet." But majority of times when people do these deposits or do these bonuses, they just either use them wrong or they lose the bet. So, now they deposited the $20. They are already on that sports book and they're, using the sports book now. And that deposit that they got or that bonus they got is completely gone, right? Basically never even got it and you just signed up to the book, gave them $20. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can actually guarantee ourselves profit from every single deposit bonus and promotion that these sports books offer us. And this is how we're going to make our first $1,000 in the most easiest way possible. Let's get straight into it. So, if you have been following me for a while, you know the main key to being a profitable sports bettor, or at least in my eyes, is to be on as many different sports books as possible, right? If you're only on 2 sports books or even 1 sports book like most people I know are, you're only going to get deposit bonuses one time and you're going to get promotions every now and then. Or even like when it comes to line shopping or finding value in the market, you're not going to be able to do that with just one sports book, right? You need access to multiple sports books to even use strategies like arbitrage. Now, what we're going to be doing is very similar to arbitrage in, the terms of how the math works and how the structure of the strategy works. But if you are completely new here, basically all arbitrage means is that the odds on 2 separate sports books are so out of, sync with each other, they're so mispriced that we're actually able to bet both the over on one sports book and the under on another sports book to ensure ourselves profit no matter what happens, right? The bet could go over, the bet could go under. We're still going to profit no matter what. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing with these promotions. We're going to be hedging them with other sports books to convert that promotion money into real money. So I'm going to head over to my laptop right now and show you a live example of a promotion converter. As you can see right here, it says new customer offer, bet $10 to win a $150 bonus bet. Only if you win. Now pay attention to those words, only if you win. Right? That 150 bucks is not ours yet. If you try to withdraw it, you can't because it's literally just credits. Think of it as fake money. So how this bonus bet works is it's going to give you basically a free ticket. You can bet on whatever you want, but you're not going to get that $150 back. You're only going to get the profit. So how can we make sure that we bet on something that guarantees us to win? By using arbitrage. So if we go over to the OddsJam promotion converter, it literally does all of the hard work for us. Looking at the screen right here, this is an opportunity for Novig and BetMGM, right? So obviously BetMGM is the site that we have the promotion on. So that's the book that we need to use. And then obviously there are a bunch of other options here, but for the sake of example, I'll just use Novig. So we're gonna bet the over 12.5 total runs line for the Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. And on the BetMGM side of things, right, that's because that's where we have the bonus bet. We are going to place the over 12.5 using the bonus bet of $150. And we are going to place the under 12.5 or the hedge side on Novig for $420. So what we're doing here is we're making the payouts match. So no matter what happens, we either come out with $105 in profit or we come out with $104 in profit. Because if you think about it, look, the $150 bonus bet was absolutely free. You're not staking anything. If that side wins, you're going to win $525 because the odds are plus 350. And then on the Novig side of things, if the hedge bet wins, you only risk $420 again, but you're still coming out with $104 in risk-free profit because of the odds. When the odds are so out of sync with each other, it creates opportunities for us to take advantage of and make sure we come out with profit either way, no matter what happens. So this is a way you can actually start arbitrage betting and get arbitrage betting practice in and make your first $1,000 at the same time. So these are basically guaranteed ways that you can take these promotion funds that were once magical money that most people would actually just overlook, use the wrong way, and lose their bet, and guarantee yourself to turn that into cold hard cash, into bankroll. Now, instead of starting off with your $100 bankroll that you had on PrizePicks, just by signing up to a couple different books and coughing up some extra pennies, now you're starting off with $1,000 to $3,000 in bankroll, depending on how many books you sign up on. So with this information, you can just take all these deposits, sign up bonuses, take all of these promotions, and continue using them on different sports books and stack your bankroll across the league. Like, this is literally just arbitrage betting, but for promotions. Promotion conversion is a huge tool in building bankroll, especially for brand new sports bettors. Now you guys can kind of see why I say the first $1,000 is the easiest to make, because you don't have to sit there and, research different players, know how the sport works or anything like that. Literally all you need to do is go on this website, go to the promotion conversion tool, and sign up to different books. That's literally all you need to do. You'll make your first $1,000 to $3,000 very, very fast. And this is what I did to start off with, a lot of capital for arbitrage and all of those things. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But yeah, guys, super quick video for today. I was literally just, doing an Instagram poll, and majority of you guys basically said that the biggest obstacle that's preventing you guys from being profitable is having capital. And then I asked you guys, what is, like the hardest thing about getting capital? And they said, or you guys said, I'm sorry, making your first $1,000. And so I was like, all right, I'll just show you guys how to make a quick $1,000 to $3,000 real quick from sports betting. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all I had for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you learned something, if you're gonna try this out, let me know in the comments, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notification bells on. Really helps me out, guys. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.